I hope you can hear me. I'm at the airport, but I wanted to come on live and talk about. There was a question in my community, okay, feminine finance community, and one of the questions is basically if you have a lot of debt, should you invest? So sometimes investing is very personal, and personal finance is very personal, right? It depends on your situation. So I would probably have to sit down and kind of see how much money you have to see if you can invest. I'm going to tell you from experience, I was still investing, all right? And I had a debt of, I think it was like $15,000, and I was still investing. So you can invest. So you just have to be able to allocate it properly. Um, So, what would I recommend? Well, first of all, based on my experience, I would probably look at all my cards, all my debt, right? Which ones have the highest interest, and tackle that. Just go ham on it. And you can invest if you can leave a little extra money. Like I said, 25 a month. You can start investing, and you're probably already investing, right? But um, 25 a month is what got me to where I'm at now. Okay, compound interest. You might think it's not a lot, but it while you're tackling debt, you're putting something. You're not doing nothing. You see what I mean? But if your interest rates are high, like what I mean high, 20, 25%, even like 18, yeah, you need to pay that off quickly. You need to come with a game plan to pay that off, because otherwise you're going to be like a hamster on a wheel, just spinning. Those interest rates are ridiculous, and will have you just paying on the principal, or maybe not even paying on the principal. I'm sorry, just paying the interest. That's it. So trust me. So the first thing I would do is think about what if your credit cards are over, I would say even 10%, over 10%, 10, 11, 12, 13% in interest, you need to pay them off ASAP. If your credit cards are around, 5%, 7%, I'm not sure if there's any credit card like that, but you're okay paying the minimum while you also invest. All right. So that is what I would do if I had a lot of debt. Now, that's another thing. If you have too much debt, you need to prioritize that debt and pay it off. So it depends on your situation. Um, you just have to sit down and tackle it, look at everything holistically, and come up with a game plan. But trust me, I've seen people who have been in debt, like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they figure out a way to reduce that debt. I just know that paying the minimum on a 20%, 17%, 19% interest rate credit card, you're not going to go anywhere. It's like running. It's like going, the escalator is like running against the escalator. Okay. Hello, my love. Yes, I'm at the airport. I said, I'm going live. I promised one of the ladies that I was going to go live and answer a question regarding her credit card debt, whether she should invest while paying off debt. But again, it depends on your situation, right? So this is why, I do the one-on-ones, because sometimes it just depends. Like, you might not have a lot of money, and then you have a lot of debt, right? So we have to come up with a game plan. Or if your credit cards, all of them are in like 25 or even like 15 to 25 interest rate, girl, you need to pay that off ASAP. You see what I mean? But if you have maybe one credit card that's like, give me a APR that's low, because I think most of them are like 10 or above. But let's just say 10. Yeah, you can pay the minimum and some a little bit towards it, right? Because if you pay the minimum, you're not paying jack. If you're paying the minimum, you're not paying off that credit card. I'm gonna tell you right now. But there are ways to pay off debt through different methods, right? And those are the methods I teach. And you've heard of them before: the avalanche method or the snowball method. I get really detailed on those in the new program that I'm launching. And that's it. But you have to sit down. You have to be intentional. You have to want to get rid of that debt. Okay. So I just wanted to come in here and let you ladies know, answer a question that, you know what, I understand there is this thing that, you know what, I feel like I'm drowning, right, with my debt. But another thing that I tell the ladies is debt is not debt. Debt is an investment you made because you invested with that money. You bought something, right? Think about it. Think about it. What do you use that credit card? There you go, snowball. That's right, snowball method. Hell yeah, that's right. um, Hello, hi King. How are you? So it's just you have to sit down and do the look at the money and don't feel anxiety over it because remember the credit card you use, you invested something, whether it's food, whether it was clothing, whether it was something fun. You used that credit card for something that you needed. Like I used my credit card before because I was living in a mobile home, believe it or not, before I had a house that I already paid off. I listen, I paid off $145,000. Okay? I paid the house off as a single parent mom. But you know what I don't have? I don't have a Mercedes. I can get one now. I don't have a Mercedes. I know people that they are living paycheck to paycheck. They have a damn Mercedes. Excuse my French, but this is really like getting, and they want coaching. And I said, well, you need to get rid of your Mercedes. I'm so sorry to tell you this, but you're drowning because of your Mercedes, because you're paying almost like a rent to keep up with not only the car note and the maintenance, but also the insurance on the daggone Mercedes. Have you bought in a Mercedes lately? So make it make sense. Okay, you're drowning in credit cards, but you don't want to get rid of your Mercedes. See, those are the things you have to think about, right? So, and you have to be coachable. That's one thing. I will not coach anyone if you don't listen and you just want to have that ego and do whatever you want. You're not gonna get. Trust me, you're not gonna go anywhere. You're not gonna get out of this debt because of that ego. Okay. So again, I paid off as a single parent a house. What did I do? I paid towards the principal. I think it was 100 or 200 extra every month. I don't remember. And then every time I got my, I think I did a TikTok on this. Every time I had, what is it? Because I used to get money back, an income tax. I would split half of that income tax and put it towards the principal, or I would take the entire thing and say, "Screw it, this is not my money. I'm putting it towards the principal." All right, beautiful. Thank you for tapping in. I got like 10 more minutes. I got to walk. They're going to start boarding. Love you. And I'll be in Vegas soon. My first time in Vegas. Bye. How do you end this? This is my first time going live on this thing.